Join us as we delve into some of Neville Goddard's unpublished radio lectures from the 1950s, which have remained unshared on any digital platform until now. Today's discourse is centered on recognizing the reality of our own greatness. Prepare to dive into the teachings of one of America's most profound mystics, Neville Goddard. To pave the way for a new mode of living, it's crucial to start with our own personal transformation. Merely establishing organizational entities, political, religious, or social institutions is not enough. The issues we perceive stem from a depth beyond our superficial understanding. Fundamental change must originate from within us. Everything hinges on our personal perception. What we fail to internalize can never manifest in our surroundings. This is the crux of our faith, as true belief begins with personal experiences, just as true generosity starts at home. The ancient maxim "be transformed by the renewing of your mind" highlights the importance of our attitude towards ourselves. What we reject or fail to declare as true about ourselves can never materialize in our surroundings. Man is continually on an external quest, when he should be asking himself, "Who am I? How do I perceive myself?" If we aim for a better and grander world, it's essential to affirm the existence of a higher being within us. My educational aim is to illuminate the path to this achievement. I aim to reveal how the inner self must be reconfigured, laying new foundations for its existence, allowing it to abandon its known self and rediscover itself on a higher plane. It's impossible for a human being to perceive anything outside what their consciousness contains, as nothing exists for us outside our conscious perception. The human ideal always seeks a new manifestation, but without our human intervention, it cannot materialize. We are the vehicle for the redemption of nature from the law of suffering. The grand purpose of consciousness is to carry out this redemption. If we shirk this responsibility and justify the natural law as irrefutable evidence that transforming the world through imaginative love is a utopia, we are renouncing the purpose of our existence due to a lack of faith. The true measure of a religious belief is its ability to authentically emerge, emanate from an individual's deepest convictions, and be the result of internal experiences. No belief is worthy if it does not provide the individual with a profound and lasting sense of peace, regardless of personal circumstances. The methods for acquiring mental and spiritual knowledge differ. We know something mentally by observing it from the outside, comparing, analyzing, and defining it. Whitehead described religion as what one does with their solitude. I would add that it is also who one is in their solitude. In solitude, we are driven towards subjective experience. It is then that we must imagine being the human ideal we wish to see manifested in the world. If in our solitude we allow ourselves to experience in imagination what we would feel in reality upon achieving our ideal, we will eventually transform into the embodiment of that ideal. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind, put on the new self, speak truthfully to your fellow beings. The key to turning a desire into a conscious reality is through the renewal of our mind. We are urged to change our way of thinking, but this is only possible by altering our fundamental beliefs. Our thoughts are a direct reflection of our deepest beliefs, which in turn define our identity. The ultimate goal is always to be, not to do. Be still and know that I am that which I desire. Our effort should be directed towards being. External reforms are futile if there is no internal transformation. Access to heaven is not achieved by suppressing our desires, but by cultivating our virtues. Old ideas are not easily abandoned, they are replaced by new ideas that capture our attention. Creativity is essentially a deeper perception, a sharper sensitivity. The dreamed future must become a present fact in the mind of the one who wishes to change their life. Every great manifestation is preceded by a period of intense concentration. When that concentration is imbued with our supreme ideal, when we fully identify with that ideal, we will see it manifest in our surroundings, understanding that the present does not derive from the past but advances towards the future. This is how we essentially change our future. Join us as we unearth some of Neville Goddard's radio lectures from the 1950s, previously unrecorded and unreleased on the digital landscape. Our session today delves into recognizing the essence of our magnificent selves. Prepare to explore the legacy of one of the most influential American mystics, Neville Goddard. To embark on a new way of living, it's paramount to start with our personal transformation. Simply forming organizations, political, religious, or social bodies is insufficient. The root of what we perceive as issues lies beyond our surface-level understanding. Essential change must emanate from within us. It all rests on how we perceive ourselves. Without internal acceptance, external manifestation remains elusive. This principle underpins our faith, as genuine belief starts with personal experiences, just like true generosity begins at home. The old saying, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind," emphasizes the significance of how we view ourselves. Anything we reject or fail to acknowledge as true about ourselves won't materialize in our lives. Man's quest is often outward when it should be inward, asking, "Who am I? How do I see myself?" If we aim for a grander, better world, recognizing a higher self within us is crucial. My teaching goal is to light the way to this realization. I want to unveil how the inner self needs to reconfigure, laying new foundations for its existence, thereby allowing it to shed its known self and rediscover itself on a higher level. Humans cannot perceive anything outside what their consciousness holds, as nothing exists for us beyond our conscious awareness. The human ideal always seeks new expression, but it cannot materialize without our intervention. We serve as the conduit for nature's redemption from the law of suffering. The ultimate aim of consciousness is to achieve this redemption. If we shun this duty and justify natural law as concrete proof that transforming the world through imaginative love is fanciful, we forsake our existence's purpose due to a lack of faith. The true mark of religious belief is its ability to genuinely emerge, spring from an individual's deepest convictions, and result from inner experiences. A belief holds no merit if it doesn't endow the individual with a profound, enduring sense of peace, regardless of personal circumstances. The ways to acquire mental and spiritual knowledge differ. We understand something mentally by observing it externally, comparing, analyzing, and defining it. Whitehead defined religion as what one does with their solitude. I would argue it's also who one becomes in their solitude. In solitude, we're propelled towards subjective experience. That's when we should imagine being the human ideal we wish to see in the world. If we allow ourselves in solitude to experience imaginatively what we would feel in reality upon achieving our ideal, we will eventually become the embodiment of that ideal. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind, put on the new self, speak truthfully to your peers. Transforming a desire into a conscious reality hinges on the renewal of our mind. We're encouraged to shift our thinking, achievable only by changing our core beliefs. Our thoughts directly mirror our deepest beliefs, which, in turn, shape our identity. The end goal is always to be, not to do. Be still and know that I am that which I desire. Our efforts should focus on being. External reforms are moot without internal transformation. Heaven's access isn't achieved by quelling our desires, but by nurturing our virtues. Old ideas aren't easily discarded, they're replaced by new ideas that captivate our attention. Creativity is fundamentally a deeper perception, a heightened sensitivity. The envisioned future must become a present fact in the mind of anyone wishing to change their life. Every significant manifestation is preceded by intense concentration. When this concentration is imbued with our highest ideal, fully identifying with that ideal, we'll witness its manifestation in our surroundings, understanding that the present isn't derived from the past but moves towards the future. This is how we fundamentally alter our future. In summary, Neville Goddard's teachings offer an empowering and transformative outlook on life. They remind us that through imagination and faith in what's possible, we hold the power to transform not just our lives but the world around us. By cultivating a state of being that reflects our highest ideals and desires, we become conscious co-creators of our reality, leading lives that are truly enriching and meaningful.